Hey, what's up? It's high mile Coyote Mustang time. I know you've been waiting for it. Been wondering what I'm gonna do next. Hey, if you haven't, please subscribe and notify. Stay up to date. See new videos on this car and other cars we build. Let's get started. Hey, what's up everybody? Brent for Brent Speed. Thanks so much for watching Brent Speed TV. There's a little bit of a reason I'm excited today because my car is getting a little bit of work done to it. Here's what's going on. We call it the high mile Coyote Mustang. Now I realize some of you are new and you have no clue what I'm talking about. So I will put a link to the videos at the end, and I'll put a link in the description. You just click on it, where I have right now like 17 videos on this car. This car's 3 years old, been doing videos on this thing. And some of you have been around for a long time. You're gonna know everything I've already done to it. You're gonna learn a little bit new. So it's a high mile Coyote Mustang. Bought it, it's got 165,000 miles. It's 3 years ago. And here's what we're doing, build engine. So it's a supercharged car. It's running the big Vortec JTB race supercharger. Doug, look down in here. We have the engine out of the car right now. And this is a little bit of interesting information for maybe some of you that don't know. You know, a lot of you think you pull engines out of the top, but when you have a shop and you have lifts on most newer vehicles, you just drop the engine out of the bottom. So it's very easy. Take out the K-member, lift the car up, engine's on a stand, boom, it's out. So that is an empty engine compartment right there. Hey, look at this. I do my AFCO high flow radiator. Love that. But over here, I got a big stack of parts. This is kind of what's been coming off. I have my Vortec, manifold, everything. Right there it is. Over here, the original 165,000 mile engine. And guess what? This engine is not broken. You know, we ran nitrous through it. Well, we drag raced at NA, I think over 200 passes. Ran nitrous through it, been running boost. The engine is still good, but that's why I'm building an entire new long block. I want to add a bunch of boost to this car. A lot of you leave comments. If you look at the old videos, what should I do next? I always ask you, what should I do next? And you say, crank the boost up till it blows, or do this, do that. Okay, here's the reason I'm not cranking the boost up till it blows, okay? When you blow an engine, let's say you destroy a piston or break a rod, you typically damage the cylinder heads. And then this supercharger is oil fed, and then that debris goes through the supercharger. So often, this is like more times than not, you will damage your supercharger and your cylinder heads when you blow your engine, plus you typically destroy the block a lot of times. So I'm starting with a fresh engine. We're gonna go back and look at that in a second. It's called our Brent Speed 5-liter Webster. It's an awesome built Coyote engine we can use on 11 to 17 Mustangs. We're gonna install it right now. And this car, you're gonna see it finished in another video. We're gonna go look at kind of where we're at right now. But that's it. So 165,000 miles on the old one, got a new engine going in. Let's go back to the engine room because I wanna show you some of the components we use inside of the Webster engine. We'll head back there right now. All right, so I do have Doug with me. Let's just follow me around the camera. We're gonna go in and look at our engine room. I wanna check out my new engine. And I also wanna talk to you about the difference between like a built engine and then like super built engines, because a lot of you don't understand that. And I want to explain like about different power levels and things like that. But Doug, follow me in here. So here's what we have going on. The engine's not finished. I think we'll get it done probably tomorrow. We had to stop on it, but it's basically our, what I call our 5-liter Webster. So it's a factory Ford aluminum block with a bunch of manly components inside. We use for performance steel crank. Check this out. Over here inside of our engine, this is the stock. I'm just gonna sit down here, Doug. This is the stock rod and piston. And then right here we have the manly. This is an H-beam rod with ARP, I should say 2000 rod bolts. A manly piston, has some coated skirts and the pin. And here's what's cool about this. You can tell by just looking at these two side by side. I mean, just in size, how much stronger a manly rod is than a factory rod. And here's what's interesting is weighing a factory rod and piston with the pin and the rings, and then when you rate a beefy, like you have this beefy H-beam rod right here with the manly piston I like to use, pin and rings, it's actually lighter. So a lot of you watch my videos talking about like rotating mass, maybe wheels or maybe drive shafts or flywheels, things like that. It all also, same thing holds true in the engine. So a lighter rotating assembly makes more power. So that's really cool. You can crank the power up with these manly components. At the same time, you're not adding any weight, so that's awesome. So, I don't know, I'll pull this valve cover off right here. So this is, like I said, the 5-liter Webster. I'm running factory cams, so I'm not gonna put aftermarket cams in it. I just wanna basically add more boost is my goal with this. So I'm putting the engine in because I don't want to have problems, all right? I don't want to break the stock engine. It's got 165,000 miles. Even if it had 30,000 miles with what I'm planning on doing with this car, adding more boost than what it has right now, I really wouldn't do that on a stock engine. So it's not a miles problem, it's just the strength of the factory engine. The Webster is available for 11 to 17 Mustangs. The valve reliefs and the pistons will handle the larger valves in the Gen 2 head, so that's cool. But I am running the original Gen 1 head in my engine. So I added Boss valve springs, because I do run this a little bit high RPM. Besides that, it's basically just a built engine. So we have the Ford Performance steel crank. I do run coated bearings, good ARP 2000 bolts in the Manley H-beam rods, Manley pistons. I do use steel top rings. And another cool thing about our Webster is, again, link in the description so you can read more about it, but it has ARP pretty much everything by default, okay? So you get ARP main studs, side bolts. It's not an add-on, it's not more money. You're gonna get built oil pump gears, okay? It's not an add-on, it's not more money, it's just what comes in it. So what I ship you is what I use on my own car. I'm not gonna build a built engine and not put in built oil pump gears. That doesn't make any sense. And then tell you, hey, I need to charge you X amount of dollars to do that on a Coyote. Because pretty much everyone that's doing this is running higher RPM. So something I want to talk to you about is the difference between like a Webster engine like this and honestly, engines like this that most people sell versus super, super high horsepower engines. So I've used these engines on cars making, you know, let's say 950 rural horsepower, 900 rural horsepower on a ton of cars that make maybe 750, all right, or 800. That's pretty normal. But what people don't understand is you might read about people saying, hey, this engine's work, you know, make all this power, do this or do that. If you're someone that's thinking you're gonna run 25 pounds of boost and you're gonna make stupid power, all right, you should probably go with a better block, sleeve block, which we offer that, all right? That's not what I'm putting in my car right now, but a really, really strong block. I mean, you know, in a block, sleeve, fully machined, everything, you can wrap over $4,000 in that, where, you know, these short blocks built are that much more than that dollar amount I just told you. But what a lot of people don't understand is when you watch a video of a guy on a dyno making some stupid number like once, but if you go talk to drag racers that run that kind of power and you're out there at the track all the time, guys that go through engines, and that happens, you're talking sleeve blocks, really good blocks, stronger components than we even are showing you right now. But for a guy on a street car, or it didn't have to be, it could be a race car, but you're like 18-pound of boost guy, this engine is killer. You probably run a little bit more boost than that, but if you're gonna be doing it all the time, I would recommend something stronger than this, which we can talk about another time. But hey, racing costs money, big power costs money. You can do it once, but do you want to make a pull one time or race your car one time and destroy the engine? No, not really, which is exactly why I put the Webster in, just going in, and not running the 165,000 mile engine in this car. Because when you break the engine, you screw up your heads, and you can screw up your supercharger, whether you have a twin screw or a TVS style. It doesn't have to be centrifugal like I'm running. So that's what's going in the car. I'm pumped up. Engine's out, sitting there. I'm gonna save it for another day. Might go back in, do something different with it, but this is what we have going in right here. So the next time you watch a video on the high mile Coyote Mustang, you're gonna see this in the car. Definitely turn the boost up. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more fuel. I already have good injectors, so I'm good on that, but I am gonna put a bigger fuel pump in, and it already has the booster pump. So hey, if you have questions, leave a comment. Don't forget, check the description, and really don't forget, click over here and watch the other 17 videos about the high mile Coyote. Remember, I got this car 3 years ago with 160, like 3,000 miles, or up to 165. So that 2,000 miles has been nothing but racing all motor, racing with the boost, and racing with the nitrous. So again, leave a comment. I'm Brent. If you have questions about this, leave a comment. As always, an email, quote@brentspeed.com, to find out how much maybe a Webster costs to get put in your car, or you watch those other videos. You want some suspension like we built? It's easy. Email quote@brentspeed.com. Thanks for watching. Hey, one last thing. You want to see what a sleeve looks like? Follow me. So we got a killer engine over here. GT350 block. All right, 5.2. This is what a sleeve looks like. So when I was mentioning sleeves, just trying to give you a little bit of knowledge, maybe you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, that is this right here. Some engines have sleeves from the factory, not anything like this, all right? This is being built to be well over 1,000 horsepower. So those sleeves right there are gonna make this much stronger. But Some engines have sleeves, very thin ones from the factory, and this doesn't. And that's what a sleeve looks like there. So just trying to give you a little bit of knowledge, let you know what a sleeve looks like. Had this out here, perfect time to show you. Again, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.